I'm picking up where I left off, moving the cattle panel greenhouse and getting the corral finished. It got pretty cold last night, so I put this towel and the polyfilm over the rabbit cages. And it wasn't that it was an extreme cold, it was just pretty windy, so I put this up to block some of the airflow in, and this up here to help trap some of the heat in. How are you doing, Mr. Rabbit? We do have some colder weather coming in on the forecast, so it's really important that I get the cattle panel greenhouse situated so I can move the rabbits into there. Like my mom and brother have come for another visit. Good morning, little buddy. What you doing?
I'm standing on a cattle panel already.
Oh, you were standing on them?
Yep.
So what do you think of the greenhouse?
It's a little warmer in here than it's outside.
Yeah, it's nice. Are you ready to move this thing?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. It started raining again and hasn't stopped all afternoon, so I had to bring the camera in for a little while. Hopefully it'll die down soon and I can show you what we got done outside. But for now, let me show you what we got done in the greenhouse. I know this doesn't look good, guys, but let me explain the functionality here. Obviously, we have the rabbit cages on the stand in the greenhouse, and I put hardware cloth along this side and in the front, and then another piece right over here. This was the 1/2 inch remnant I had left over, and this was 1/4 inch that I had left over. I only had a couple little pieces, so there's some gap right here. I just put some wire tie between the two to help try and support them a little bit. And then the hardware cloth runs out right here. When you saw in the video, I was setting it up over here, but then when I realized I didn't have enough hardware cloth to go around, I rotated the cages on this side so I can use that back wall as a barrier from the pullets getting up there. So I'm hoping they won't be able to fly up and get through here or here. And then I put polyfilm on the sides and back of the cages, and that's to serve as a urine spray guard. After I moved the rabbits out of the sheep shelter, I noticed all the urine had been sprayed on the side paneling, and then all over here as well. One of our viewers cautioned me about putting the rabbits in the cattle panel greenhouse because of this very thing of them spraying their urine. She said the rabbit urine is very hot and that it could strip the paint right off metal. I would of course like to prevent our polyfilm from being destroyed, so that's why I put that lining of polyfilm around the rabbit cage so it just won't spray out. The rain has let up just a little bit, so I'm going to show you the fencing outside here real quick. We obviously got the cattle panel greenhouse moved back further into the corral, and I set up the portable electric fencing around it. I got this cattle panel up right here, and this one is attached down there. I just haven't secured this yet. I'm just gonna kind of leave this like this for now until I work out a more secure gate. The flaw in this whole design is, of course, the wood chips. You can see where the greenhouse was just before we moved it today, and the wood chips, of course, were right outside the front of the greenhouse, and I, of course, need the wood chips to be on the inside of the corral. The good part is it's not a very far move. It's just gonna have to go a few feet to get in there. With having to move the wood chips again though, I think it's time for a wheelbarrow. There were a couple other things I encountered that I hadn't thought of. Like I had to move the grounding rods out of the way because they were in the path of the greenhouse moving. So I moved them out. We also had to move the greenhouse further back than I thought. There's a dip in the ground right there that caused the greenhouse to be uneven when we stopped. Right there, it was kind of rocking, so we had to move it back further to get it off that undulation. I think I'm still gonna do the system I was talking about yesterday where I put the shelf in and suspend the cages from that. It's just that was gonna take a little more time to do, a trip to the hardware store, sawing lumber, that sort of thing, and today just wasn't really a good day for that with the weather the way it's been. So I just wanted to get them in here out of the winds where they're gonna be a little bit warmer, and this is a good temporary solution. When I first brought the rabbits in, the pullets were pretty spooked by them, and now they're just interested in getting all bundled up for bed tonight.